Welcome to Costa Rica. I am thrilled, really happy to introduce you guys to Lyne Burton. Welcome. Welcome to Costa Rica and welcome to our podcast today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I'm so happy.
I'm glad that you're happy and thank you to make this happen for us too.
Good.
Well, this is why we are so excited to be here is because Lyne from Canada, I'm from Costa Rica, and we met here in Guanacaste, Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And today I would like to talk to Lyne because as a Canadian, Lyne, you might pass a lot of things in order to be here.
Yeah.
There is a lot of things that I would like you to tell us, and I will explain why. I'm a realtor from 20 years.
Yeah.
And after all these years, I've seen people making me lots of questions about Costa Rica. Some of them taboo questions on things that they are like, I don't know about this country for this or this or this. I would like to talk about the whole experience, where you come from. I mean, this is a privilege to me, so I can interview you, so people can have this as a useful tool to make decisions to come visit Costa Rica and at the same time to come and invest in Costa Rica.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lyne, talk to us about us. Where are you from? What is your story? What makes you be here right now?
Well, I have to say it's a privilege for me to be here and to have a special insight on what it's like to be in Costa Rica, meet the very friendly people from Costa Rica. And although I'm from Canada, I have invested my time and my love for this country now for over a year, and I have to explain how beautiful this place is and how friendly, very friendly, the people of Costa Rica are, and I'm privileged to be able to do what I'm doing here.
Thank you. Tell us a little bit about you. You always been a real estate agent? What you did before this? I mean, how you ended up working in this?
Well, I've done a lot of things because I'm a certain age, so I have had a lot of careers in my life. I have been a real estate agent now for about 12 years, and most of my real estate career has been in Ottawa in Canada. And I've traveled a lot to Central America while I've been a real estate agent. So I have a special love for Costa Rica from way back when I was traveling. So when the opportunity came for me to be able to come here and work on a different level, I grabbed it, and it's great because I still do.
And why is that? Why Costa Rica? Why you have that special feelings about Costa Rica?
You're right, because I could have actually picked many different places.
Yes, yeah. I mean, there is some other places that are cheaper. That's what a lot of people tell me, you know.
Do you want to know? So the main reason I picked Costa Rica was the safety for me. As a woman, traveling all over the place on my own while I'm working, meeting people, I always felt safe here when I traveled here. So that's a first good sign.
Well, we don't have a military here.
No.
And you even feel it safe here when we
Yes.
don't have a military here?
Yes, maybe safer.
That's funny because a lot of people ask me that, you know.
Yes.
I mean, how you can be that safe, you know? What about? Well, we have a police. I mean,
Well,
it's like,
yes.
It is like.
Yes, but I think that the fact that you're not politically involved in a lot of the other wars of the world, maybe that makes me feel safer. But it's not just the safety, really. You know what? It's a beautiful country. It offers a lot of things that, as a person, as a Canadian woman, as a Canadian alone, you know, you have so many microsystems. It's not all a beach holiday. I also feel it's very real and transparent. Like, so you can go to a resort in some other countries and everything's like fairyland and Disneyland, but the moment you walk off the resort, it's another thing, right? Here, it is what it is, and this is what you get to enjoy. You get to enjoy the beach, you get to enjoy the mountains, you get to enjoy the volcanoes, the waterfalls, the rainforest, the wildlife. So, you know, there's something for everything. And, you know, just yesterday I went to Pozo Los Coyotes.
How do you like that place?
It was amazing, you know.
Remember I told you need to go
Yes.
there. That's Curubande area.
I know.
Isn't it cool
It was
area?
so great. And, you know, that was like, I I didn't want to go to the beach. I wanted to be in some fresh water, float on a tube, and that's what we did for the day.
And it's less than an hour, and you are
Yeah.
in a different, even the weather.
The weather was different. You're right. Yeah.
Isn't it
Yeah,
crazy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I have some people telling me that, you know what, it's funny how
Yeah.
the weather changed and just a few minutes away
Oh, yes.
and have a big difference. So I want to talk a little bit too about the real estate difference that you find in Canada and here, but this one for the next part of the video. Sounds good to you?
Sounds great.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, Lyne, one of the questions that I have the most about, purchasing in Costa Rica or even just having a trip to Costa Rica, there is a lot of questions. One is security, of course. Another one is, what about the government, how things work there with the government. What about even the purchasing process? You being a realtor there and, having experience there in Canada, is really that different? I mean, how do you feel it? Talk to me a little bit about it.
Well, it is different, but it's definitely not as difficult as people may perceive it. So if people don't get informed, they're going to think buying in a foreign country, even Costa Rica, it would be difficult. The steps towards purchasing will be hard. But it's not hard. You just need a really good team with you. It's actually... you need
Agree with that.
Yeah, you need
Agree with
really trustworthy realtors, and you need a real good legal team, in which your realtor will, advise you of which team to use. And actually, the process is smooth. Otherwise, there could be some hiccups here and there to get through, but most of the time, if you're with a really good team, the hiccups are looked after well before the listing. So, and people buy property in Costa Rica all the time, and it's easy.
One important thing that Lyne just said, and so you please pay attention to this, as Ticos, we love to talk, we love to party, we love to have fun. We have a saying here that is pura vida.
Yes. Yeah.
And pura vida can mean really cool things, and it could mean sometimes, just unless you're here, you will understand the whole pura vida thing. Because some things can be too relaxed. Ticos, Costa Rican people, we are really relaxed people, We are beach people, we're just having fun, being nice, and everything. So sometimes in the purchasing process can be slow if you don't have a really good team.
That's right,
behind the scenes. I agree with you 100%. Although another thing is, sometimes in businesses, we don't explain the things as well as we should.
Yeah.
And this is why I wanted this perspective, because in a Costa Rican perspective and a Canadian perspective. So sometimes we don't explain the thing really well as we should do it. So if you have a good team, they're explaining you the whole process, really good, nice process that it goes, it's going to be really easy to you. Now, so people understand, this is one of the questions that I have the most too.
What's that?
What happens if I want to buy a property in Costa Rica? Do I need to be resident or something like that?
You do not need to be a resident.
Tell us about it.
So you do not need to be a resident of Costa Rica to buy a property. If you plan on living here, then yes, you should probably go through the immigration process that is required. That would be a good thing to do. However, to buy property as an investor or spend a few weeks or a month here and there every year, you can buy a property as just a foreign buyer.
And you can use even your passport.
You can use your passport.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean, if you just want to go and, I like this piece of land and everything, again, just don't come and you find a piece of land and I buy this. No, of course, you need a team there that you check the legal part and everything. As the same thing in everywhere, isn't it?
It is everywhere. It's actually very similar, even though there are many differences. Of course, we have to acknowledge that there's differences in different governments and different laws. The process with the right team, back in Canada, with the right team, the process is smooth, and there can be hiccups. The same thing can be done here. Sometimes what I really love about Costa Rica is that the due diligence phase, what we would call in Canada the conditional phase, is longer. So we're not like, because this is the Pura Vida land, right? So we have to take our time and do the due diligence with breathing room. So I love that part. I'm going, oh my gosh, I'm not rushing. In Canada, it's like 5 days.
Oh, really?
Yes, so like you are like full on. Here, 30 days is,
Yeah,
average.
yeah,
It's great.
yeah.
People do their thing and it's great. And there's time to acknowledge or rectify things that may come up in the process in the 30 days that we do it.
Awesome. Awesome. So, can you tell us a little bit how you ended up here in Costa Rica? How did that happen?
So,
Please.
yeah, okay. So I work for a company called Engel Invokers, and I work in Ottawa, for Engel Invokers in Ottawa. And they, not Ottawa, but Engel Invokers were opening an office here in Costa Rica. And so I wanted to see if I could come in and work for them here. And do my time here and there. So I became a digital nomad where I can work in both places for now, and in the process of doing my residency as well.
It was hard to get your digital nomad. No. What you did?
It's not hard.
I never did that.
Yeah,
Seriously. So I want to
it's
know
actually
that.
not hard. You need a good legal team because they do have to walk you through the steps, and the steps can be a little bit confusing if you don't know. But I had
Right.
a really good legal team, and they told me what to do. Some of the things, it's actually the documents I had to get from Canada. I had to get new birth certificates because they need recent ones, and I had to get
That's common in Costa Rica.
yes, so
yeah.
I needed to get fingerprints and a criminal record check, and then all those documents get sent to the Costa Rican consulate in Canada. And once all of that's ready, they ship them or courier them to the legal team I had hired to do that. And then it was like, poof, it was done.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And again, I mean, let's not. I don't know if that's a word in English. Romanticize.
Romanticize, yes, that is.
Romanticize.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah. Well, we don't need to romanticize the whole thing. I mean, the purchasing process is not like. I mean, it's like everywhere. You have their things, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I agree. Is easy actually. The process is really easy. But if you have a good team, again, I'm saying this over and over because a lot of people come and Costa Ricans say, oh, well, but they tried to rob me. Well, everywhere in the world you go, everywhere in the world I went, there was people trying to rob me too.
Yeah.
So everywhere you go, there is gonna be good people and not that good people. So please, you just take your time, check it out. The property, you know, and have a team looking back the things, but actually the process is actually really easy. Now, what about investing in Costa Rica? That's an important thing, but this investing thing, next part. Okay, this is one of the parts that I was excited to talk about it, and is Costa Rica is a country with many laws about protecting the environment.
Yeah.
So it's not the same to come to Costa Rica and try to develop something.
No.
Is just so you know, is way slower than other places. At least what I heard is way slower than other places because you need to go inside the government process.
Yeah.
That they need to make sure that you're gonna accomplish the law for the environment. We have some jokes in Costa Rica that you're gonna go jail here way easier if you kill a monkey than if you kill a human being, you know?
Well, that's
because
funny.
all the laws protecting, you know,
environment.
the environment, you know,
Yeah.
which I'm proud of it, but at the same time, you need to think about it when you come to Costa Rica and you are thinking in developing something, you need to check out the process, even before you bought it, so the numbers fit.
Yeah. Well, I do believe that if you're thinking of doing that in Costa Rica, you have to have that kind of mindset, really. You have to also care about the environment and the wildlife. Because there's other places, if Costa Rica is not your place, then it's not your place. But if you are like-minded and you appreciate that about Costa Rica, then this is why a lot of people invest and develop in Costa Rica, because they already feel that and they want that out of life. So
right, I'm gonna tell you a story, and that was interesting because a few years ago, I have an investor that says that he is not agree that he cannot make houses inside the ocean You know, that those houses, you know,
So funny.
because in Costa Rica you cannot, you know, you need to be far from it, you know, but no, not that far, but yeah,
Yeah,
like
a certain-
yeah, some yards away from the ocean, you
Yes.
know. And he was telling me he is really unhappy he cannot do that in Costa Rica, you know, because it is cool and everything. And I began to think about it, and yeah, actually, those houses are really cool. I love them. It's really nice how the
Yeah.
feeling and everything, you know. And then I went to some of those houses in other place in the world. I'm not gonna say which one it was, but I was doing the thing, you know, it's not scuba diving. The other one is snorkeling.
Snorkeling, yes.
I was snorkeling, you know, around
Yeah.
and everything, and somehow I was under the villa that it wasn't, and the things that is going inside the water, not fun. So that day I
Yeah.
say, I am really proud that Costa Rica don't let you do that.
No, I know. It's
Because
really-
manage that desechos. How to say that in English? Manage poop.
Oh,
That
right.
is
It's
hard,
absolutely-
you
it
know.
is. Yeah, and then you don't want to contaminate your
Yeah.
source of your ocean and your
Yes,
I know.
you
It's
know.
so true.
And that's one thing that, you know, over and over, you know.
Yeah.
The government is behind that kind of thing, that you don't do that kind of thing, you know. That was funny. When I saw that, I'm like, oh no, I'm proud of Costa Rican
Yeah.
government with that, you know.
I don't know why. I think it's a good law to have the ocean side and protected.
Yeah.
And it's also public, so everyone gets to enjoy the beaches here. So that's
Yes,
lovely.
yes. Another thing that I have in other countries too, it was the water, you know. Here in Costa Rica, you open the faucet and you can drink water right from the faucet if you want. I mean, if you are not used to that water, maybe you need to wait a little bit until you have the box in your stomach, you know. No, but you know what? Seriously, you can in Costa Rica and it's safe. I mean, you have no problem at all with the city water.
No, like ice cubes, washing your vegetables, everything. It's safe to drink.
Yeah.
I would say maybe in some instances it may be even healthier to drink.
Yeah. Well, this is one of my clients says that.
Yeah.
The other day he says
It's less
that he have a
processed.
theory that Costa Rican looks younger. That's what he says because the water.
Blue zone.
I don't know. Well, yeah,
Blue zone,
the
yeah.
blue zones. Well, now that we're talking about blue zones,
Okay.
can you explain about you were talking to go work in the
Yes.
blue zone area in Nicoya?
Yeah, in the Nicoya Peninsula. Yes, it's a blue zone. Of course, there's 6 of them in the world, and one of them is here in Costa Rica, which is amazing. And when you read a little bit about what they eat, how they live, really, it's quite spectacular. And plus, the weather really helps, right? So,
Yes.
so yeah, it's one of them.
Is that right? I have some clients that tell me that when they get inside out the airport, they feel even, you know, healthier, and the bones is like not hurting and this kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's true, actually.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. And people have told me that when they FaceTime me from home, they go, "What are you doing? What are you doing to your skin? What are you doing?" So I always go, Costa Rica.
Wow.
I don't know if it's true or not,
Yes,
but
I
I want to
mean-
believe. I want to believe it is.
I mean, I heard some people saying that, and I think that's funny. Some people saying that.
Yeah.
Well, we're having lots of fun.
Yes, we are.
And we're talking in the next one, the next part, we're talking a little bit about not only the process of purchasing, but actually we're going to talk a little bit about the Pura Vida life and some of the things you can find, some of the amenities that you can find in Costa Rica, and the healthcare. We're going to talk a little bit about that too. Next one. So, can you tell me what happened? I mean, because I think it would be better if you tell everybody,
Yes.
you know, in your perspective. What about healthcare in Costa Rica?
Well, it's amazing, actually. There's great healthcare here, and especially if you become a resident, it's very inexpensive healthcare,
Yes.
right? Because similar to Canada. However, as a tourist, if you come as just visiting too, it's amazing. We've had an experience with my husband needing some quick healthcare last year. I could not believe the service. It was amazing, and it was done and fast, and it was top notch, really. So, I mean, if there are some health concerns, I mean, it's nice to be close to areas, hospitals and healthcare, but the hospitals and even the local clinics in the different villages are really good. So
But you find it everywhere.
you find it everywhere.
It's not
yeah.
like something that you need to go like too far away
No.
for.
Well, I have
mean-
not experienced that here. No.
Yeah, no, you have it everywhere. And what about education?
Well, from what I know about education is that the government really invests in education for the Costa Ricans, having a military that has allowed them to really invest in the education of the people, which is really a lovely. And most Costa Ricans are literate, not illiterate. So you have to know that 98%, I believe, is very high. They're very highly educated folks here. So it's always nice to know that wherever you go, you're going to meet some people who can really help you.
I don't know if you knew about this, but Costa Rica is one of the happiest countries in the world.
Oh,
One of the happiest countries in the world. And you know what? That's interesting because when I heard that the first time, I say, well, I'm not happy with that new.
Why?
Because you know what? Because I mean, we have problems, you know.
Yeah, sometimes yes, I see what you mean. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, but everywhere has problems too, right?
Well, this is exactly what I want to tell you.
Yeah.
After I see different parts in the world, wow, the world is sad, and something sad is happening in the whole world, and that's sad, you know.
But you know, I know a lot of people come to Costa Rica to escape something that they may have, and,
Yep.
and really that happens for sure. But you know, it's important to come to Costa Rica and accept and respect the culture and their beautiful country and their welcoming approach here. And when you have that, then you're also welcomed here as well. So I mean, respecting other cultures and countries is really important when you decide to invest or move to another country.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, this is not. I don't feel like it's like a big thing. You know, after all, I'm feeling like we are really spoiled people.
Yeah, I think
Costa
you
Rican,
are.
we are really spoiled people. You know.
You are happy people. I've noticed
are.
that. Yeah,
We are.
I see it on Sunday at the
No,
beach,
we are.
and the families gather together on the beach, and they're playing.
Absolutely.
You know, and
Absolutely.
yeah,
And you know what? After I understand that too, and I pay a little bit more attention, you know what? Looking a little bit my own country as a tourist.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
paying attention, I'm saying, actually, we are happy people.
Yeah.
You know
well,
what?
I can tell you, I notice it.
Yep.
I notice it from being around and walking
Yeah.
around and going to and seeing, you know, very family oriented.
Yes,
so,
agree.
And they love soccer, football.
Yeah, we do.
yeah, So, and they play on the beach and they're covered in sand and the kids are like so sweet. It's amazing. Yeah.
You know what is funny about real estate in
Yeah.
Costa Rica with families? They usually, not everybody, but
Yeah.
usually, especially in places like Guanacaste, what do is the grandpa buy a big land, and then he give a little piece to the sons, and then the father give to the other sons, and it goes generation after generation. And sometimes you have family, like a whole family living together in a little community, something like that. Actually, my
Amazing.
family
Yeah.
did the thing, you know.
They do
and
that
we
too?
we have now like 120 people living together.
That's so funny.
In
That's
in
great.
like a.
And when you go to the beach, you all go to the beach together?
Yeah, something.
That's great.
Yeah, it's like the cousin is going to the beach, and then the other cousin call the other cousin, and we make.
yes. Yeah,
And
I
even
see
for
that.
play soccer or something like that, it's the
I
same
see it
thing.
all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
And they like come and they set up and
Yep.
they have their music and their food.
The beer.
The beer, the imperial beer. Anyways, it's absolutely lovely to watch, especially when there's
Yeah.
holidays. You really see them coming together. It's amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
agree. And after you feel that, because we don't understand, you know, sometimes I have some of my clients
Yeah.
really mad asking me, you know, I don't understand why you guys don't rush more.
Oh,
You know, and I sometimes I'm feeling like, yeah, you know what, that's a good point. Why we don't rush more? But you know what? At the same time, maybe that's one of the reasons why we live longer.
that's a secret of life, right?
Maybe
Why do we rush so much?
I mean, the whole time.
Yeah. When I come back and forth a lot and I'm here, I have to really think about why, if there's a truck in front of me and I can't pass it, why I just have to relax and just go with it, right? So Normally, that would be, you'd try to pass it all the time. I'm actually okay with it now. Like, it's Pura Vida, it's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I want now that you mentioned that, one of the things that I want that government invest more, and sometimes we are like, I don't know why is not this happening, is in developing the roads, for example, making
Yeah.
wider roads and things like that. Little by little, we can see that something is happening there.
Yeah.
We want to be a little bit faster, but it's a little bit pura vida, even the government.
I have to tell you, I find the roads in most places, when you're going on the main roads, I find them remarkably good here.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't find it, other than it can be a bit slow sometimes, depending on what.
I'm comparing.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, and I'm not comparing. That's what it is.
I understand.
I find that the roads are really good. I find for me to go from here to Samara or Tamarindo, easy driving.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm comparing with other places in the world, but I agree.
Okay, that's
we,
good.
we don't need to do that, but
yeah.
just when you come here, you will compare that maybe with your country, and you will see, hey, this is not wider like other places. But anyway, that's something.
It's a little country here, though.
It
a tiny little
is.
country.
It is. And actually, that's why you can find different weathers in really short distances.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really happy to be doing this with you.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you for taking a little bit of time. My last question will be about your profession as a realtor.
Yeah.
But this one for the next one. You're working as a realtor here in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Please talk to us about the difference, because now this is a big difference between being a realtor in Costa Rica and being a realtor in Canada.
Okay. Well, there are some differences,
Yes.
right? For sure. It's a little more complicated here being a realtor, for sure. There's
I
more,
hear that.
Yes, there's more regulations back in Canada than there are here. However, once you understand that and you have the right people with you, then you can manage through some of the intricacies of real estate here. The biggest thing is that there's no MLS.
Yes, that's
Now,
one of the things that I want to talk about.
Yes, not having an MLS is a real game changer in terms of how to proceed in looking for properties. That's why you really need a good realtor with you, working with you, because it's often who you know, where things are advertised, because you can't find it in one place. So that's why it's even more important.
Yes, and you know what? Even for us, working here, doing this full time, as a full time job, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I would be really happy when the MLS began to work in Costa Rica. Because there is beginning, you can see that it's beginning to work a little bit, little by little.
They're trying.
Yeah. I think not everybody is happy with it, especially when informal people that don't work in this the whole time. Oh, and I'm going to explain this. In Costa Rica, even the taxi driver can be a real estate agent. So you sometimes are in a cab and the people says, I can find a property because my cousin have a property or my uncle have a property and it's going to be cheaper. So come with us, and you know what? It bring you sometimes a cheaper property.
I know, but I'd say buyer beware. Buyer beware.
Agree.
There's a lot of things that you have to have checked. That's why I cannot stress enough how important it is to work with the right person here, because of all the different things that you may not know, whether the property has the right water letter.
Yes.
Water letter. Everything's about the water letter.
Yes.
Open listings and versus exclusive listings. A lot of the listings here are open, so you may see them on several sites. That means that they're not particularly with one brokerage. So you'll see the same listings, and unfortunately, you may see them at different prices if other people did not update the information, if the information was changed, right? So
agree.
Yeah.
And then that's the horror stories about real estate too in Costa Rica, because sometimes there is people paying attention to anyone. That's one of the things.
Well, and I know this is a podcast about real estate and all of those things, and it may sound like we're saying, hey, work with, but without even saying work with Rigo or work with me or anyone, I'm just saying work with a really, really trusted realtor. Don't just grab the first person who's showing you properties. I think it's really important because there's so many little things that that you need to that someone here and the legal team will make sure that things are gone smoothly. There are some horror stories, unfortunately, especially with developments where the
Right.
right developer is not really there and they're asking for money and all those things. There has been some of those horror stories, but
And even when it's not that regulated, you can find a good real estate agent certified.
Yeah.
You just go. There is two chambers in Costa Rica, the CCCBR and the CRGAR. Check it out. That they have the realtor license, the NAR license in Costa Rica to work as a real estate agent. That just that.
Yeah.
As the people, does your company have the license? That would be really useful. So you know. And although that the experience that they have and what they are doing, whatever,
Yeah.
just take a little bit of time in checking that it's not the taxi driver or the cousin of the friend and the friend of the cousin or whatever,
No.
just trying to sell you something. Because I agree, this is not just to the people who do this full time,
Yeah.
as a real professional living,
Yeah, for sure. And there's a lot to learn, and I'm still learning a lot. So, and I know how important it is. I know more now how important it is. And if I was to invest in Costa Rica, I'd be hiring the right people.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for watching us, and I hope this is going to be helpful for you, and you can take note and please make us the questions that you will have.
Yeah.
Maybe we leave something there that we need to clarify in the future, and I hope to have in next episodes clarifying really important things. Lyne, thank
Yes.
you so much.
Thank you, Rigo.
Thank you for
Yeah.
being here with us
Yeah. It
and
was great
taking
seeing
your
you.
time.
Yeah, it was great seeing you and doing this.
And I
actually.
hope your time in Samara goes really good.
Yes, I
with
love
your
it
new
there
adventure.
too. Well, I love it everywhere here, so yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna love it anywhere I go.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope this was helpful for you and see you pretty soon.